Good afternoon, and welcome to day 26 of our meditation time together. Let's go ahead and jump right in. All right, pay attention to where you are and let yourself land in whatever place you choose for your meditations. So if you're sitting or laying on the bed, standing, walking, see if you can bring your attention down and in. So by that I mean the lowest part of you that is connected to the earth. Bring your attention down to that. So if it's your feet, imagine your feet can start to get really heavy, almost like there's super glue that connects your feet to the floor. If your bottom is the closest part of you on a chair or the floor or a bed, imagine all of your attention can go right to the bottom part of your bottom, right? Like the skin underneath the muscles on which you are sitting. And then I want you to visualize any part of you that has your attention outside of this moment. You can start to invite that part to come back here. So many of us, we focus on the past and things we can't control or change, or we're trying to predict the future. Part of us would perhaps be with those that we love or a sticky situation. Imagine all of your attention can wiggle its way out of all of those places, all of those relationships, and slowly wind or make its way towards you in this moment. And then the part of you that's closest to the earth, your feet or your bottom. This is what I call centering and grounding, right? We're bringing our attention in and we're connecting it here to this moment. Yeah, and we're going to use breath to help with this today. So for me, when I can tell my attention isn't fully here, if you do a long, slow exhale, and as you do that, visualize that your energy, all the pieces of you, are coming down and into your body to that lowest part that connects with the earth. The exhale helps you ground or come in. So go ahead and just do a long, slow exhale. So yeah, and then notice as you do that with your mouth open and the breath going out, how you slowly start to kind of sink down into your body. You can do it again, just make sure you don't get short of breath. And I notice as I finish the exhale, the bottom of my body, the lower half of my body feels heavier, like it's a little more dense in my belly. Sometimes my shoulders start to kind of slide down a little bit. Go ahead and do one more and just set the intention as you slowly let your breath go out. All of you is going to arrive right here in this moment. Good. Yeah, if you need to do that a few more times, just take your time. Go ahead and just do it slowly. As your attention starts to gather inside of your body, imagine you can just visualize all of that just settling into place, getting comfortable. Sometimes when we pull all of our energy into this moment, there's parts of us that we haven't seen or felt in a while, right? And so sometimes it's about just getting comfortable with all of the emotions that show up, or some of the pictures or images that come with those parts of ourselves as they arrive back in. And then open up the bottoms of your feet, the bottom of your bottom, anything that is ready to move out of your space in this moment, anything that feels like it doesn't really serve, or it's just energy that you want to just allow to move and breathe through you. You can just set the intention, anything that doesn't feel like you want to keep it can just go straight down into the earth. just energy moving. You just release anything that's ready to go, trusting that the earth is happy to recycle that for you. And it'll send that energy back up through springtime, right? Through the new birth, new growth, through the waves of the ocean, through the air that moves, all of the clouds, all of the energy that you want to get rid of will be recycled by this planet and turned into something more more purified, more restorative, regenerative. Regenerative. I don't know if I said that right. Yeah, so just release out anything that's ready to go in this moment. Down and out through your feet, out through your bottom. Yeah, and sometimes that just feels like a wave of emotion. Sometimes it's just a big exhale breath, right? You breathe slowly to come into your body and then, whew, right? You just send whatever's ready to go out into the earth. Good, and then come back to this moment, this body, and see if there are any contractions in your space. So places in your body that feel sticky or tight. Images in your mind that are keeping your attention up high. And just notice, is there anything for me to learn in this moment? Anything for me to feel or see? If it's just more energy that wants to wave through you, just send it down and out. Good. Good, and then just relax your body, slow your breathing down so that you can just arrive fully present for whatever is going to show up for you in this meditation time. Yeah, so today it feels like I'd like to explore this idea of processing. And I'm not sure if I have the answer as we begin, but it feels like it's just going to clear itself up as we go through this together. So one of the things that I struggle with myself and that I hear from clients and from so many different arenas about meditation is, what's the right way to do it? What's the best way to do it? What's the wrong way to do it? How do we do it well? How do we do it badly? And I don't know that there is an answer that successfully answers everybody, right? It feels like meditation is about space for each of us to tune in with ourselves. And sometimes that means quiet. Sometimes that means words. Sometimes it means visualizing. Sometimes it means breathing. It can be all of those things. Sometimes it's all of those things in one session of 10 minutes or an hour or 2 hours. And so I thought what might be relevant is perhaps just to share an example of how I was processing today, and then perhaps we'll look at something for you also. So my practice is usually to have an hour of meditation each day. I start with grounding, just like I do on all of these meditations. And that can take 2 minutes or 50 minutes, it just depends on how swirly or busy my life is feeling in the moment, how much is on my mind, and how long it takes for me to get myself fully quiet in here. And I don't know that there's ever an arrival place. It's more just my body starts to feel relaxed. My shoulders usually drop. I sometimes just have a big exhale sigh, like, I finally am settled, right? And so that grounding process is slowing down my brain, trying to get the thoughts to get quieter, slower, and then feeling rootedness underneath me, so connecting into the earth, visualizing myself somehow attached to the earth, growing roots that go down. The more grounding I need, the deeper the roots will go. So if I'm really feeling flighty or distracted, dropping roots down into the ground could take me 20 minutes, starting, feeling them go down, getting distracted by my mind again, coming back up, going back down. And then rooting sideways, going out so that I feel this really strong network of energy underneath my body. Yeah, and then releasing out anything that is ready to go in the moment. Just letting it drain down and out into the earth. Trusting that the earth has my back. Trusting that the earth is capable of recycling those stuck places that I can't figure out or that I can't move through. And then that the earth will purify that and create something from the energy I send down, right? It's this partnership. I release energy into the earth recycles, and it releases energy back up. And so humanity continues with this walk that we are taking. Yeah, and then once I get quiet, sometimes I just like to be still. And I hear this from so many people, right? I don't want to go in meditation and have to process something. Sometimes to arrive at this place of quiet, I have to go through a little bit of processing. I have to do visualization to move the stuck places, or more often to step out of a loop that I'm caught in. It's so easy for us to buy into our stories, to believe the real things that are happening around us that make us the victim or make us weak or have us hide. And so we believe those stories, and then when we go into meditation and we're trying to get quiet, the stories are like, wait, what about this loop that we do? Don't you want us to keep looping? And the mind is going around and around and around and around and trying to find a quiet place in your brain. For me, often I have to do some visualization or some processing to get to the quiet. Trying to just move the thought out. It's like it comes back in so quickly, right? Or the loop is so ingrained or familiar that trying to find quiet in there, it's hard for me to do that without some visualization work. And so a lot of what I've been teaching in these meditations is a variety of ways that can help you get into a quiet space inside of yourself. So one may resonate with you, all may resonate with you, or none, and that's totally okay, right? The point of this exercise for me and for teaching or showing or illustrating to you is to expand the imagination, to help us break some of the boxes that we put around ourselves, our meditation practice, our minds, our visualizing. Try to break some of those boxes open so that we can play with different ways of coming into stillness, of finding our center. And often that's what happens as it gets quiet. It's, for me, it's like there's this really steady, balanced place that I can come to inside of my awareness, my attention, my mind, my soul. And when I'm in a loop, it's more dizzying. It's circular. It makes me swing from side to side. It's like a ping pong game sometimes, right? It's like, yes, I want to do that. No, I can't possibly do that. Yes, of course I can take that path. That's crazy. How could I ever think I would take that path? And I yo-yo or ping pong between these two extremes of the pendulum, right? One moment it's joyful and happy and everything makes sense. The other moment it's so confusing, and I thought I knew my way, and now it's dark and shadowy, and how do I get back to a place where I can understand or have things illuminated again? And we're rocking back and forth between these alternate dualities, these spectrums of opposite sides. And so coming to center sometimes is easy, and other times it feels like a battle. Sometimes it takes me an hour to get to center. Occasionally I don't get there. I finish the meditation as frustrated as when I started. And all of that is perfect. All of that is perfect. The reason I believe that is because it's all showing us these contrasts. It shows us what feels like alignment and flow in our paths, in our lives, and what feels like struggle or illusion or distraction. And if we didn't have those contrasts, I don't know that we would stretch and grow in the way that our souls most want us to do. Right? It's like living in Ohio versus living perhaps in Hawaii or California. You know, here we have these 4 seasons, and so these seasons make me go through the darkness of the dark winter where I'm cold and I need blankets and all I'm doing is thinking about sunshine and being at a beach. And then these hot, hot, hot summer days where I just want to be in a pool and soak because it's so hot. These contrasts allow me to experience the fullness of the seasons, the fullness of what this earth brings, offers, provides. And so I have my preferences, right? I have the seasons I love more and the seasons that drive me crazy but make me appreciate the seasons I love more. So the point of all of this is really that there's no wrong way. There's no fast track or best way to get to perfect meditation or clarity or awareness or understanding in every moment. It's constantly unraveling, winding up, unwinding, sitting with, running away from, coming back to all of the fullness of this journey. And in all of that, in every moment of that, there's magic, there's a gift, there's this moment of life, of being fully alive, fully present. I was listening to a podcast and they were sharing just this reminder of, do you want to be here for every hour of your life? Be present for it, be engaged in it, be making the most of it. Or do you want to veg out? Not get the fullness of it. And I feel like it's both sometimes, right? Sometimes we're making the moment so magical and every creative spark in our bodies is firing, every cylinder is on go. And sometimes we need to sink all the way into the confusion and the darkness and the sadness and feel it and see what's there for us to learn, and then come back and expand some more because we've had this contrast of both. So that has been my processing today. It has been a ride of up and down, exploring and understanding and shifting. Sometimes we can do it alone, and other times, like today, you just need someone really loving and powerful and kind sitting there holding your hand in the process and showing you where center is again, reminding you that so much of this is story and illusion, and then helping you fill back up with life force, with energy, with a belief that it all matters, it's all perfect. that every moment of this day was exactly as it needed to be, and that more is coming. More contrast, more joy, more abundance, more play, more shadow, more light, all of it. It's all still coming because we're here, engaged in this journey of life. So part of me wants to take you through a process to help you fix something and get to a place of clarity. And most of me wants to just say, this is what it's all about. You show up for yourself and you feel and experience whatever it is that needs to come up, and you sit with it. Maybe you move it, maybe you don't. Maybe you journal, maybe you don't. Maybe you call a friend and cry or yell or laugh, maybe you don't. And there's so many resources all around us to help us get to sit with, move through, be with whatever it is that's coming up for us today. So perhaps the most expansive thing I could offer you is to trust yourself. Deeply trust yourself. So if your need is to sit and be in silence, do that. If your need is to do a YouTube search and see if there's something that pops up, and the thing pops up and you trust it and you do that, meditation or recording or guidance. Follow your instincts, follow your intuition. Create space so that you can be with yourself and see what your soul is calling for, what your soul is guiding you towards. It may be alone, or it may be with someone else, or it may be with a recording. You will know that. Yeah, and from that space, love whatever it is that you experience. Trust that it's perfect. Know that it's guiding you in the path of least resistance. It's guiding you on your highest potential. And then just be with it. Yeah, processing. It's such an adventure. So much love from my heart to yours today.